Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to start with class 6 history textbook. Fourth chapter. The name of the chapter is What Books and Burials Tells Us About. So you might have heard many people talking about Vedas from your grandparents, local people and extra. So in this chapter we will discuss about Vedas. So Vedas is basically a written document which were discovered 3500 years ago. There are four types of Rig Veda. We will talk about them each one by one. The first one is the Rig Veda, the second one is Sam Veda, and the third is Yajur Veda, and the fourth is Arthur Veda. The Rig Veda, it is the oldest one and composed 3500 years ago. These include thousands of hymns called Sukta. Sukta means well said. The hymns were praise of the various god and goddess. Three gods are especially important, which are the first one is Agni. So people used to worship the god of fire, and the second the Indra, a warrior god, and third the Som, a plant from which a special drink were prepared. So in the Rig Veda, most of the hymns were composed by the men and very few from the women's side. The Rig Veda is old Vedic Sanskriti. Rig Veda was used to recite and hear. It was not read at that time. So this Rig Veda was first composed in several centuries and was first printed 2000 years ago. So our next topic is how historians study the Rig Veda. Some of the hymns in this Rig Veda are in form of dialogues. This is a part of one such hymn, dialogues between Saga and Vishwamitra and two rivers, Bis and Salud. There was a worship as a goddess. So at that time, the rivers were worshipped as a god. Cattle, horse, and chariot. So I think you guys know the meaning of chariot. In Hindi, it is called Rath. It is so the king or the warrior used to ride the chariot, which was in which the horses used to help them in the battle. There were many prayers in Rig Veda for cattle, children, especially son and the horses. Horses are used in the battle, and that time the battle were fight for the land, water, capture people and kettles, and to get others treasury. And that time the people that the rajas did not maintain any regular army, but people used to meet and discuss major war and peace. Most of the men took part in the war, and among them one is chooses as a leader. So the wealth they get after the war was kept by the leader. Some were given to the priest, the person whom worship or perform rituals, and the rest were distributed among the people. So here the rest of the treasure were distributed among the common people. The word describe people in Rig Veda. So in this Vedic Sanskrit Rig Veda, there are two group of people, and they were divided according to their work. The priest, the person also known as a Brahmin, they used to worship God. They used to teach others and also perform various rituals. And the second one is the Rajas. They did not have. So at that time, the Rajas term was used for the leaders who did not have any kind of capital city, don't have any capital, palace, army, nor they did collect taxes from their public, and also there was no son, no automatic succeed father as a Raja. So the son of Rajas cannot be the next son. There is no case of inheritance. The two words were used to describe the people or the community as a whole. One was Jana and the other was Viz. The In the earliest, the people who composed hymns, Vedas and others, they themselves claimed to be Aryans and called their opponent Dasu and Drasu. In Hindi, this term means Das and Dasi. Das for men and Dasi for female means they were slave. So slaves were usually the people who were captured in the war during the battle or war. So next we will cover the second most important topic in this chapter, burial sites. Silent sentinels, the story of megalith. So megalith means big stone. Big stone which are arranged by the people were used as a burial site, marked as a burial site. So these stones are kept at a place to mark it as a burial site, such as where the person dead bodies are being burned after the death. The practice of erecting megaliths began about 3000 years ago and was prevented throughout the Deccan, South India, the northern East and Kashmir. Our palace burial site has some common feature. So when the people were dead, at last when their body were taken to the burial site for burning, and there you can find various pot called black and red ware that people used to burn along with the dead body. There was also so many difference between the object found with the skeletons. Archaeologists think that these objects may have belonged to the dead person. So the difference on the status among the people who were buried. The rich men buried with more gold, bead, stone,